What's up, YouTube? So I saw this video from Plazookas a while ago. I think it may have been the first video he made about Tectone, and I had no idea what this guy was talking about. He made it seem like there was some type of conspiracy going on with free to play content creators, specifically Tectone, that he seemed to have a problem with because Tectone was acting like a free to play player, but not really being a free to play player. And it's like, what does that even mean? And then I guess as if like the company is feeding him 5-star pulls when he needs them or something. That is where my brain goes, is to what you thought that he was doing. Like the company is feeding him 5-star pulls so that he doesn't have to spend money in the game and make it look like he's a free-to-play player when he's really not really a free-to-play player, when all these other content creators out here that are spending all this money, and then like Tectone will bring up somebody's stream and he'll be like, see, this is the setup for like how he gets people to spend the money, and like having somebody on stream and having this white coat. It's just like I watched most of this video already and I watched the one that was before this one where he was going through where Tectone was going through the guy's video and reacting to it. And then the next video, the only reason why I didn't react to that video was because I saw the next one where he actually got him into the call to talk to him. And then him talking about what was happening to Tectone and like them going back and forth was giving me so much like anxiety. It was like, what are you talking about? And it's like, it almost was like, I was like, okay, he was just baiting Tectone and the guy is not actually an idiot, and he's like just doing it so that he can get Tectone to get him into a call so that he can be like, nah, man, nothing that I said was real. You know, I was just trying to like, you know, bait the views, and like maybe this wasn't a good idea to do it in this way. You know, but like I'm glad I got to talk to you. Blah, blah. Like I thought that's the direction it was going to take, but it was like it was getting there, and then it just took a left. It just took a left, and then it would just try to go back that way, and then it would take another left, and it was just like, dude, what are you on? Let's watch some of this. Let's watch some of this video, bro. I have it pulled up here because I like need to see this. Like,
Press on Discord. Okay, I'll add you. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I think you're turned on your camera right now or no?
I was, but it's fine if you don't want it on.
No, it's all good. It's just lagged out. So what's up, man?
Not much. I just wanted to react to your message that you sent on my videos. Are you okay?
are you
am I
okay?
okay?
Like, what do you
Yeah,
mean?
because you said I was
Like, what do you
right.
mean? Are you
I thought
okay?
That might have been like you trying to like get me to stop making videos, which I have, which I will.
I feel like this guy, like he just makes up his own storyline for what's going on in his head, and like believes it 100%. And he tries to, instead of talking to Tectone about like, okay, why did he do this, and answering the question, having a real conversation, this guy is just yapping. Like he's just yapping, and none of it makes any sense. Not even getting him into a call and trying to talk to him makes any sense, as you will see very close in the future. I think I watched like half this video, and it was pissing me off so bad that I came in here to like react to this video and talk about it, because like I even feel like maybe either Tectone wasn't like catching on to maybe what this guy's brain like was trying to do, or he was just ignoring that. Like I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what's going on in his head. And this guy, all I can do is put together a picture, okay, of what I think that this guy is trying to say about like Tectone and the stuff that he's doing, right? Like it. But this is the outward appearance, right? So like, even so, like Tectone's outward appearance to this guy may seem like he's trying to dupe everybody into spending money by playing free to play, but all the things that he says don't like equal that. Like it doesn't equal that. It goes Tectone doesn't spend any money, that's bad. This other person spends money, and I think he said that's bad. But if the other person spends a lot of money, that's also bad. But then he wants Tectone to, let's just keep going.
I'm just making sure you're okay.
You want me to tell you the actual purpose of that message?
Sure.
That's me just trying to feed into your delusion. Just
I don't know, and I don't know why he didn't get that. I don't know why, after watching all the videos that Tectone put out and how Tectone was like making fun of this guy, like why you wouldn't think that this guy is like, yeah, you're right, on one of your videos, and it's not like, you know what, yeah, sure, like just like he's like, oh, are you okay? And you said, so you're asking him, is he okay? Because you didn't expect to hear that from him, right? You didn't expect to hear that he was gonna say, yeah, man, you're right. And he was like, I am right. Why does he think I'm right? If that was the thing, why would you expect anything else? If he said, oh, you're right, the first thing in your head should have been, I know I'm right. I'm glad you realize that I'm right. Not, why do you think that I'm right?
100%.
Right. I thought so. Right?
Yeah. So I'm curious.
You didn't think so.
What do you think that I've done that's wrong?
Nothing, obviously.
What do you mean? How do you make 8 videos about somebody saying that, oh, nothing? This is where I was like, maybe he was baiting Tectone. He was like, oh, the first video I did, it got a lot of views, so I need to keep going with this thing and keep saying that, and like at least try to make it make sense. At least have your points coincide with one another so that what you're saying and the take that you're having makes sense. But like everything he was saying was just contradicting each other. It was just like, this is just dumb. And it was so dumb that like normally Tectone literally does this to people all the time. Like he will react to people's videos and make fun of them all the time, and the video ends off with, this guy's an idiot, right? Like, not specifically that, but like basically that's what it is. It just ends off on, this guy, wow, these people are insane, right? And then like you move on with your life, next video, right? But in the last video that I watched of Tectone talking about this guy, Tectone is like, yo, real facts. He was like, I'm worried about you, basically. Like, dude, you're going to destroy your channel if you keep down this path. Like, people are going to take you as a joke. People are not going to take you seriously. They're not. It's one thing to make content to bait people into watching your videos, but it's another thing to make content that is going to destroy your channel and make you not want to make content anymore. There's a difference. Like, if you're trying to be like Tectone by calling out people and doing all this stuff, at least have your facts straight, or as straight as you could possibly have them, and not trying to give people this false narrative, right? Like it's like you think that Tectone is duping people, and your video is this content creator or these Genshin Impact or what is it? These Gatcha game creators or whatever are lying to you. No, your videos are actually lying to people. Plazookas videos about Tectone are actually lying to people. You are trying to convince people that Tectone is this bad person without even having any proof, and then lying that you have proof in your title, which is clickbait, right? And then you don't deliver on the clickbait because you just say, oh, he pulled Yinlin, and then right after, he pulled Yinlin's weapon. What other proof do I need? At least that's what I saw while I was sitting there trying to make my hamburgers on the grill, and the video was on in the living room. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. He just had Yinlin's weapon up on screen like, this is all the proof I need. I'm just like, what's the proof? That he got lucky?
Right?
Are you sure? Because it makes it sound, with the 13 videos you've made of me, that I've like committed some atrocity in that time. Lying. I'm being 100%. So in case you don't know, I am in charge of 5 different companies. If you want to ask me any contract-related question,
this is him. He breaks character to talk to this guy real shit.
It's ridiculous. I don't hide shit from anybody. So if you want to know anything about me, my life's an open book. So you can quiz me. You can ask me anything you want.
No, I don't want to ask you anything. I just want to state that the only thing I would want you to do.
You don't want to ask anything because you don't have any questions.
The problem is to go into the store, go to the 99-cent pack, buy the 60 gems, get the bonus 60 gems. This is what I mentioned on my 3-part
For
series
what?
that is going to come out. The last part will come out today, and then I won't do any more videos on you specifically because I think at some point, honestly, it'll be too much, right? Even though we're having fun.
Like the mixed like signals that this guy is bouncing back and forth. It's like he's almost making it there as a smart person. It's like, oh, you want me to go to the store and buy the 60 gems, but why? You just said that I'm trying to you would not I. You just said that Tectone is trying to like dupe people into spending money. So you don't want him to dupe them into spending money. You want him to encourage them into spending money. You want to encourage them into making the first purchase in a gacha game. Before, when he said that, I would assume that he was talking about like he wants him to make the purchase because to support the game, and the fact that like, you know, he has the money to be able to support and help support the game and further the game, but he just won't do it, and then convincing everybody to not. But then at the same time duping, like, because Tectone constantly says on stream and in his videos, don't spend any money. Don't spend any money. Like, I literally feel bad. I bought the battle pass, but I feel bad that I bought the battle pass. But I also don't have a lot of time to play the game. So, like, I was like, all right, I want to get the battle pass. And the only reason why, twofold things was, I was like, all right, I want the battle pass because there are definitely some extra things in it that will help me. And, you know, I could just not do it. And I didn't do it at first. But then Yinlin came out, and I pulled for Yinlin with the $200 worth of gems that I had, or $200 worth of asteroid that I had, but I didn't pay for that. I literally grinded that, which I still felt like I didn't have enough because I just didn't have as much time as other people to play the game. I go to work full time. So, like, when I come home, I play it a little bit, and I also make content for other stuff. So it's like, I don't have a whole lot of time. So I was like, okay, well, the banner, like, I have enough like things built up where I'll get like 5 extra pulls. And I calculated pity wrong, and I forgot about pity resetting when you get a 5-star. So I lost my 50-50, but I didn't realize that because like I wasn't at 80 pity yet. So I think I was at like 70 pity or something like that, or 70 something. And I pulled a 5-star, and then I thought, I was like, oh, all I gotta do is get to 80 pity and I'll get the character. So that's why I bought the battle pass, which was like, oh, I'm dumb. If I realized that, I wouldn't have bought the battle pass because I was like, that's not going to help me. But then I just bought it. But I was like, I was going to buy it anyway. So, like, it is what it is. I got it. But, like, I'm not spending any money on Asterite or whatever to then pull on the banner. Like, I'm still going to grind out the rest of the stuff that I have, to grind out the rest of the pulls, whatever, you know, gems or Asterite they give us and pulls they give us, you know, after this for, like, messing up the game. That's the stuff that I'm going to rely on. But, like, I don't get how you don't want him to trick people into spending money, quote unquote, but you want him to spend money to then show people that they should spend the money on the game to support the game. But I think it doesn't make any sense. Like, you can't make this make sense.
Back and forth, and I think it's been a great time. And
I hope you never.
And the fact that he was like, oh, you know, it's been fun, dude. Have you been having fun getting dunked on? Like, I don't understand. Like, I like if I wanted Tectone to watch my video, right? And then he watched my video, and then I thought, damn, he's right. Like, I'm wrong, right? Like, why would I double down on and triple and quadruple and then make more video? I think he said he made 8 videos in 1 week of just about Tectone, and there's just like wild videos, and it's like, you want that on your record as this guy is weird. He has no idea what he's talking about, and he keeps getting dunked on. Like, is that what your idea of making content is getting dunked on by larger creators? Like, I don't get it. Like, is it like when you want like a female to like step on you? Like, is that what you want these content creators to step on you? Does that get you off? Like, I don't understand, dude. Like, what is going on with you?
Stop. I want to make that clear. I hope you never stop.
Okay.
And this
I
is-
think
and
it's
this is-
funny as fuck.
And this is Tectone's content creator brain. Like, okay, if you're doing this on purpose, right, and you understand fully what you're getting yourself into, and you can handle the hate and stuff like that, and you can flip that into something positive for yourself, keep making the videos, bro. You don't stop making the videos. I react to your videos. I get money from it. You get exposure from it. Sure, if that's what you really, really want to do. But I don't think my guy knows what he's really getting himself into. And like, I don't think this is what you want your content to be based around. Because especially when this is what it is and these are the videos that people are watching the most, they're not going to care about anything else that you make if you're talking about anything, because they're going to be like, oh, well, he's just talking his delusional talk again about some other random person, and they're not going to watch that. They're probably going to watch the ones that Tectone does, because Tectone is probably the largest creator to react to. Now, if you start doing this to a bunch of large creators, you're going to have the entire creator space against you rather than with you. Unless that's what you want, and you talk to these guys and you're like, oh yeah, you know, I'm just doing this. I'm doing this for shock value or something like that. And you know what it is. But I don't think you know what it is.
Right? You don't gotta worry, because motherfuckers be making videos on me every day for the past 5-6 years of the craziest shit. But this one's wild.
This one is
obviously
this one is weird.
Tame, right? I mean, I've had people come after me for crazy shit.
I want to make it very clear. Like, there's plenty of ammo.
What ammo? What ammo do you have? What ammo do you have? You don't have any ammo. You have like, you have things that you can say like I can't even think of a way to put that into words. You don't have ammo. What you think is ammo. Like you're loading Nerf darts into your gun and going into a war. Like, that's, you don't want to do that. You're like, no, man, I got plenty of ammo. And you got a trash bag full of Nerf darts strapped to your belt clip, and you're like out there with your Nerf gun in a full-on war with real guns. And you think that if you have enough Nerf darts, it's gonna be good for you. What?
That I have, that I can make videos on you specifically, that would be entertaining, that I believe in, that I think are worthwhile.
What do you believe in,
but
bro?
I wanted to...
You believe in? You believe in it. You just said earlier that when he asked you, what did I do that you think is so wrong? And he said nothing, obviously. So how do you have ammo if you think he did nothing wrong? And then what do you believe in if everything you said, you know that you just said that you didn't think that he did anything wrong? Except for you thought that he did something wrong, because what you thought he did wrong was not spending money on the game, because you wanted him to buy the 99-cent bonus or whatever to support the game. It gets better because they go back to that. I'm just gonna let it get to that until I start talking about that.
Make a point to say, okay, we can just leave this as is if that needs to be, if there's some issues with mental health, or if I'm being overly aggressive. I didn't want to come off as being too crazy. Like, I want to be crazy because I know my take is very, very...
You want to be crazy because...
niche. But
niche?
I'm a video gamer. I've been playing video games since I was 5 years old. I take this...
I hate when people say that as a like credential. I've been playing video games since I've been 5. All of us have. All of us have been playing video. All the people in the gaming space, all the people that want to do video games as a career, all the people that do want to do video gaming and content as a career, like video gaming content, not just content, but like all the people that play video games as content and do all this stuff, I am sure probably like 99% of us have been playing video games since we were the youngest of ages. That is not a credential in this space. It's not. Because like clearly that has not like done anything for you. That has not made you understand things any better. and you're older than us. And I'm like, he's not like that much older. He's 42. I think Tectone is like 30. I'm like 30. I'm going 36 this year. So like, he's not that far removed from me, but I'm just like, dude, what is wrong with you? Like, how am I saying what is wrong with you and I'm closer to your age? What are you doing? Like, what is your goal, bro?
This genre very seriously, more seriously than most people. So the crazy moniker that you have of me, fine. I'll embrace it.
For what? Why would you embrace that? Don't embrace that.
Wait, so you've been playing video games since you were 5. How old are you now?
I am 42.
Okay. Oh, that's great.
Like I said, I watched half this video already.
The other video, you made a video saying that, like, Asmongold's, like, a crazy gamer and that, like, he's, like, a real gamer and me and MTash are fake gamers. Do you believe that?
Yeah, so...
Let me stop here because this one I didn't understand either. He said Asmongold is a real gamer, but Asmongold wails Wuthering Waves. He doesn't really care about the game. Like, he doesn't really care about Wuthering Waves like that. He farms the game, whatever, you know, cool. I watch Asmongold too. I watched Tectone play this game over watching Asmongold play this game because I remember when I was playing Tower Fantasy when Tower Fantasy came out. I didn't like Tower Fantasy all that much, but, you know, I downloaded it, tried it out, and I was watching Asmongold play it. I didn't know Tectone was a Gatcha creator at the time. I didn't watch Tectone's content at the time. I just recently started watching Tectone's content for Wuthering Waves and, like, a little before Wuthering Waves, and then found out, damn, I love Tectone's content. He's really fucking cool. He's a cool dude. And then not that I don't like Asmongold's content, but Tectone seems to enjoy this game a whole lot more, and he posts about this game all the time. And when I'm playing a game, I like to watch content for that game while I'm playing that game, because I want to be in the ecosystem of that and understand what's going on. And watching Tectone and watching MTash and watching some of the other content creators that I like because they're entertaining while they're also telling me, like, how to, you know, what to do and understanding the game, things I should be farming for and stuff like that. And, like, and Tectone does interviews with people. He talks to a ton of the other creators. He's like a kind of central hub for all of the Gatcha creators and stuff like that. He has, like, the Gatcha podcast or whatever. And then, you know, they all just get together and talk about the Gatcha games. So, like, I've watched some of that stuff, and I'm just like, I enjoy watching his content. I hope that he posts stuff all the time. Every time he comes out with something new, I'm on it because I enjoy his content. But, like, dude, Asmongold whales this game, right? And Tectone is free to play and is more entertaining to me for this specific game. But Asmongold is real, but he spends an exuberant amount of money on the game. But Tectone is phony, I guess, because he acts like he doesn't spend any money on the game when he really is a whale, but he's a whale because the company is sending him pulls or something. I don't understand. Like, how is somebody quote unquote free to play, but not really free? Like, how are you free to play but not really? If he's never spent any money, not even bought the battle pass, not bought any of the bundles, not bought anything, played the game, and is further and close to level 40, and, like, I don't get it. Like, it's all out there.
So I try to kind of, like, balance it a little bit and say that I do think that you both are gamers, you and MTash are. I do think that, and it's kind of coincidental that you mentioned this on stream, and I think everybody does that watch Asmongold. I don't watch him anymore just because I couldn't continue to, but his house is obviously a disaster, and there's probably a lot of health risks going on there. And you actually messaging him now, you know, no, this is not me, you know, my persona or anything. That's, like, legit, like, cool, because he is a gamer, and many gamers do succumb to this. Like, we all have a past with video games where we become addicted, where we become too much. This is my whole take on this, Tectone, is that Gatcha gamers are addictive, and that the persona of free-to-play can be very, very toxic to certain people.
How is being free-to-play toxic to people? How is not spending money on the game and enjoying the game and and accepting the challenge of getting through the game without spending anything where they want you to spend money. How is that toxic? How?
And that's why I think it's important for people who cover Gacha specifically to spend something.
Why? That doesn't make any sense. The Gacha, it's toxic to play a Gacha game and not spend money. So Gacha creators should spend money to entice their viewers to spend money so that it's not toxic. Well, like,
Anything.
So do you know why I don't spend on Gacha?
now this following point, I had no idea about. I knew about what he was about to say, but I didn't know that it linked to why he plays Gacha games free to play.
Yes, I get it. We've gone back and forth here. I've gotten all the reactions to your reactions. Like
No, so why do you think I don't spend?
Because you want to showcase that you can do this kind of game without having to spend any money, and I think that is great. Don't get me wrong, but unfortunately, for how many other people you bring in because of that, there's going to be people who spend regardless.
So you know that he wants to showcase. You know that he wants to showcase that you can beat the game without spending money. But people are going to spend money anyway. So you might as well spend money to not be toxic to your community. Because free to play is not real, even though you're doing it in almost level 40 and have the characters you want and have good builds and have everything you need to progress through the game without spending money. That's toxic. But it's fake though. It's fake. You don't really have all the characters you want. You don't really have the ability to get through the game. You don't really have the ability to almost be level 40. What?
Right.
And
So
I
here's the
like
thing.
your
So the reason why I don't spend money on Gacha games is because 7 years ago I went homeless because of Gacha games.
That's crazy.
Okay.
That's
so I don't
insane.
spend anymore because I have an addiction.
That's
And
crazy.
so I disclaim that on every one of my.
And now
videos.
he's turned his
I say,
entire life
"Do not
around.
spend.
And Gacha
I'm
games
showing you
not
guys to not
spending.
do what I've done to.
Gacha games not like spending money on Gacha games caused him to go homeless. And now not spending money on Gacha games, he's a millionaire. That's crazy.
Not destroy my life. So I play free to play so other people don't ruin their lives.
Yeah, it's a good story.
Play free to play and you can be like Tectone, a millionaire.
Resonate with that. As someone who has also been addicted, did not lose my house or anything, I have not become bankrupt because of it. But I do know there's streamers that do actually play Gacha and pay on stream do tend to spend too much, and they have to keep up with appearances. So I acknowledge that as well. And I'm not sure there's a happy medium for anybody. And I appreciate.
Bro, there's not a happy medium for you. There's whoops. It's not a happy medium for you. There's definitely I don't understand. Wait. So it's bad to be free to play. It's bad to excuse me. I forgot. My bad. It's not bad to be free to play. He's not said it's bad to be free to play. It's bad to be free to play and give your viewers the delusion that free to play is possible. Right? That's what he's saying. I 100% think that's what he's aiming at with free to play, because he's not saying that being free to play is bad. He's saying that being free to play and tricking your viewers into thinking that free to play is possible is what's bad. But also spending a little bit of money if you're, I guess, Hex Juice is bad or okay. I don't remember what he said about that. And then spending too much is bad, but spending also a lot, but not too much, but a lot for whatever your income is probably bad, right? That's what he's saying. That I 100% think that's what he's aiming at with free to play, because he's not saying that being free to play is bad. He's not saying that being free to play is possible is what's bad. But also spending a little bit of money if you're, I guess, Hex Juice is bad or okay. I don't remember what he said about that. And then spending too much is bad, but spending also a lot, but not too much, but a lot for whatever your income is probably bad, right? But you want him to spend 99 cents because you bring so many people into the game that are probably going to spend anyway. So what is the point? Why does he have to spend money if the people that he's bringing in is going to spend anyway? I don't get that part. The option that he's not talking about is playing free to play transparently. He said he wanted him to play transparently, which he's doing, which for some reason he thinks that he's not. I don't think he said that already, that yet in the video, but further into this video he does say that. I just realized I hit the wrong pause button. I paused my recording. So everything that I just said, not there. Not there. Let me go back and let me go back and see what I was responding to, because I said a lot.
You know that it's bad for your. Sure, there's a happy medium for anybody, and I appreciate, or I acknowledge that you're doing this hobby that could detrimentally affect you because you might have a problem, as most people who are addicted do. And I think that makes my point even more clear. Like, I won't do any more videos, Tectone, not because I don't think I think I've made my point. You've obviously made your point, and now you further elaborate.
You have not made a point.
You
have not made a point.
That makes your journey even more purposeful. And this is not me like giving you any accolades or capitulating, but I'm acknowledging your past, and I appreciate you confiding that in me. And
he did not confide that to
it's
you.
public knowledge.
Yeah, he didn't confide that to him. Like my man is just assuming things, but he just said it on stream. Like, I don't understand how you could think somebody confided in you when they just said it on stream to thousands of other people too. And he's going to be posting this on YouTube for other thousands of other people to watch. He didn't confide in you. He didn't like trust you enough to be like, let me just tell you a little secret about me, man. This is why, man. No, everybody knew already.
Everybody knows that shit. Like, that same person that girl I brought on stream, that's just my roommate, bro. That's my roommate. She's a cosplayer. She was already cosplaying that shit because she was going to post a ton of it on her OnlyFans. And she asked if she...
That's Tectone's content brain right there. Helping out the homie by mentioning that she has an OnlyFans, right? Like, that's helping out the homie. Like, he didn't have to mention that, but he did because helping out the homies, you know? If he's going to talk about her, he might as well explain exactly why. He might as well explain exactly why she did it. I didn't know that before today, though. I knew that she was his roommate. And I knew that she was a cosplayer. And I know she also streams and she has her own content stream. And so does the other guy, LaRoe. They live together. I don't know if anybody else lives with them, but I know LaRoe and Pink Chew all live, in Tectone all live together. So, like, there's like kind of like a content house type of thing going on there.
Come on my stream. That's she does that like all the time. Like, I didn't ask her to do shit.
Well, and I when my reaction, because your video posted late on YouTube. I was waiting for it, but I just went to Twitch and did the reaction from that. I've already commented on all that. So anything that you need clarification on that, I'm not gonna have to go through this on this chat to say it. I've said my piece on there.
And that's him and his content brain. At least he has some type of content brain. Because, like, but he needs to fix his content brain. He needs to fix it to make it better. So that he's not, like, literally destroying his channel. like that's him, like, oh, I'm not gonna talk about what we talked. I'm not gonna talk about that on stream because I made a video about it already. So if you guys want to check that out, you can go watch the video and see what I said about that. So I'm not going to repeat it here on stream because I don't need to. I said what I said on this video. No, you could have talked about it here. You could have talked about it here because there are some people that are not going to go watch that. There are some people that will go watch it even if you say it. And there are some people that won't care either way. Like, I like, you know what I'm saying? It's like it'll it may it affected a little bit more, may get a little bit more views because a little bit more traction because you didn't talk about it here, maybe. But like that doesn't really make that big of a difference. Like you got the holy grail, bro. You've reached the summit, right? Like you got into a call with Tectone to clear up any air, and you still didn't clear anything up.
I still
at
think
least
that
not
that's
yet.
still relevant. I'm still going to hold my position, but
You have no position to hold, buddy. You have no position to hold. There's no position that you hold. You're not holding anything. There's no what position that Tectone was lying, or that Tectone is lying to his viewers about being free to play. That's your position. Because, so granted, there was a very large portion of my video that was not recorded, and I don't remember whether I said this in that portion of the video where I was talking and it wasn't recording, or I said this before. But bro, your videos are the ones that are lying. Your videos are the ones that are straight up lies.
acknowledge the fact that, and you know this because you've had this past as well, that these games can be addictive. And I just think that spending something, although it's not ideal, and just being as transparent as you can be, and apparently you are. And I don't know you from Adam. Back to my video. X Juice reacted, or Hex Juice reacted first. Like, that's how I've come to know each one of you so far. I've known Asmongold previously.
You made a video. You made a video on me. Then I reacted to your video. I had no idea who you were before you made a video on me.
What's that?
You want me to pull it up? Because how would I have known who you are?
I did not make a video. You made a video on
I didn't make a video. Bro. I think this is where I was talking about this. I think this is the section of the video that got chopped out. Because I was deeper into the video when the recording, when I ended the recording. It was at like 9 something. Anyway, yeah, bro. Like, what do you mean? So, like, I'll let it go, and I'll re-explain this because shit's crazy.
My welfare video that you reacted to, and that's when I reacted to you.
Well, hold on. What's your name? Plazookas. Free-to-play Wuthering Waves content creators are not your friends and are more like
YouTube.
Bobby Keaton. Bobby Kotick.
Yeah, but that wasn't specifically, there was no mention of you in that video. It was just a generalized statement.
So who was it on?
It was on anybody.
Who?
It was literally there to catch the algorithm to see if anybody would grab it.
Really?
Well, so then who are you referring to?
Eventually, once I figured out who you were, I used you, I name dropped you, and I name dropped MTash, yes.
So how was the video not about Tectone, but you name dropped Tectone and MTash? This is what I was talking about. This was the cutout part of my video where I remember now. So you don't have to mention, even if you didn't mention Tectone and you didn't mention MTash in the video, the two biggest content creators for Gatcha games that are free to play are MTash and Tectone. So when you say that the Gatcha creators are lying to you, unless you're talking about theory crafters or something, and I don't think that theory crafters are free to play, and I'm saying that, dude, if you're a theory crafter and you're free to play, would you rather watch a whale theory crafter, or would you rather watch a free to play theory crafter? Because theories have to be based on some type of information, right? Some type of information. So whoever has the most information and is theory crafting, that doesn't mean that their theories are it's gonna be like the best thing ever just from a one-to-one thing. But like, it's more likely that somebody with way more information is going to craft better theories. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, to do better and put more into the game and understand it better. If they're spending tons of money to get all the characters, to get everything leveled up, to get all the stuff that they need to put things together and find out, okay, what's really good, rather than people who are free to play. Now, maybe I'm wrong about what theory crafters do and how they work, but I don't really watch theory crafting too much because I just want to know. I want to know actually what's good. So I don't like watch the theory. I watch the people that are using the stuff sometimes. And then like people who are entertaining. So like, I don't necessarily use Calcharo, but Tectone uses Calcharo. So like, I know that Calcharo is pretty good, right? Like he's pretty good. At least Tectone thinks he's pretty good. If Tectone thinks he's pretty good for a free to play player, and you know, it goes with Yin Lin, I was like, oh, I've backed that up by like looking at other things online. Like, oh yeah, I mean, it makes sense if you read their skills and stuff like that. It makes sense that they would go well together, right? Okay, cool. But like before I understood the game a little more, I would listen to all these other things and put together my own ideas about like, okay, well, what do I think is good? What do I want to play, right? How does making a team work, right? So I'm gonna watch a wealth of different people, but specifically, I'm getting off topic here. I'm getting off topic here, but like, yeah, if you name drop two people in a video, and that video speaks about people in their space, and you name drop two people, you've just made a video about that person. You made a video and then name drop the two biggest content creators. So it's like your problem is that content creators are acting like free to play is real when they're actually playing free to play. I don't understand how this works. I don't know how you come to this conclusion of they're acting like free to play is a possibility when they're actually playing free to play. And I think it's maybe it's because they think that, or because he thinks that like, because people aren't getting what they want and spending money, right? Tectone is getting what he wants without spending money, and that's bad. And so you should spend money so that you are like not. I don't even know how to put that in words. Like it just kind of doesn't make sense.
in that particular instance, and I still stand by that because you yourself have identified, and I'm not going to exploit your trauma or your addiction. Like that's not for me to do. Like I wouldn't do that regardless. But regardless of that, yes, I named you as that once I've started to watch you a little bit more, and then I obviously saw what you did for my reactions, and I was like, okay, I can inform a little bit more, and then I'll talk about it a little bit more.
Yeah, so when you make a video called free-to-play content creators are lying to you, and I am the most relevant free-to-play content creator, I mean, and you only know two of them, you were obviously referencing me, or at least you
was not. No, honestly.
I was not referencing you, even though I name dropped you.
Okay, well then let me
Intash.
spin something for you then. So you want me to do a first-time purchase in a Gatcha game. That's what you want me to do. You want me to go to the Battle Pass and you want me to buy it.
Well, no, I don't need you to do that now.
But you did ask me that about 5 minutes ago.
Sure.
Okay, so let me tell you why that's a horrible idea.
Sure, go ahead.
Why do you think when you play Gatcha games, they make the first-time purchases, the first big bundles, so enticing? The 99-cent deals to get you crazy value in every Gatcha game you play. Cookie Run Kingdom, Epic 7, Summoner's War, all of them. They all do this. They just want you to spend one time.
But you go, okay, so when you talked about this previously, when you reacted to my video, you said, if you're asking me not to play Gatcha because it's evil, I'm not going to do that. We all know that Gatcha is evil. That's a fucking fact.
Yep.
So I could say, well, why in the fuck are you playing this game anyway, Tectone, if you know that it's bad for your community? Just stop playing it in general. But if you are going to play it, my argument is that you should spend something. So
how does that make any sense? How does that make any sense, bro? This is the thing that I was getting at. Where it was like, I think he said something about being toxic. Hold on.
So that you don't give the impression that these games are all fucking just fairy tale land free to play, because they're not, because these games don't exist. And I wish that the community wouldn't spend money. So these games would die. We'd go back to the nostalgic, traditional games that we had in the past that were hardcore, that were difficult, that weren't just fucking accessible to everybody, that were...
Dude! There are so... Okay, let me not get in my head. Let me not get ahead of myself. Let's tackle one thing at a time. First you said, if I was attacking the point that Gacha games are evil, why are you even playing the game anyway? You should stick to that. Stick to that argument. If you're going to do any more videos and you want to take a stance, take the stance that Gacha games are evil, because apparently that is what you think, because That's your whole thing is, I hope these games die and we go back to nostalgic hardcore games or whatever, blah, 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 blah. Why are you playing this game? Why are you covering this game? There is Sekiro, there is freaking Elden Ring, new DLC is about to come out, there's Dark Souls, there's all these other Souls games and hard games and all these other things that are out. Why are you covering Gacha games? Because you want the views, right? Why are you not covering the games that you actually want to play and you're covering these games? The only reason why I cover a game or I talk about a game on my channel is because I'm playing it or because I want to play it or because I like the game in the past, whatever, right? Or if we're talking about like games that are problematic, or we're talking about, you know, issues in games and things that didn't get fixed, like Anthem. Anthem is a game that I wanted to like very, very bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's, like, you can go play the games that you want to play right now. Like, you could go play them right now. You can leave this whole gacha game thing and go play that, because you're not going to get rid of game. Why do we need to get rid of gacha games in order for you to enjoy more hardcore single-player games? They exist. Go play them. You want everybody to live in your world. You don't want to go do the things that you want to do. You want everybody to live in your world where gacha games don't exist and only hardcore single-player games exist.
Just cookie cutter experiences, and I have to go to Gacha to experience these, where they have this trap that exists for microtransactions. So
you have to go to gacha games to experience this. So why are you coming here? Like, why are you coming to gacha games if you don't like them? I don't understand. There are plenty of games out there that you can play that are hardcore single-player games or other single-player games with no microtransactions that are just full-fledged games that are fun to play. There's plenty of them out there. Plenty. Go play them.
I acknowledge that, but I'm not gonna sit here and have this back and forth with you. I know my position is right in the statements that I made, even though you consider it insane. Your audience is obviously saying I'm based as fuck.
You're going to tell him that you know that your position is right, that all the gacha creators that are free to play are toxic to the community because it gives a false narrative. I'm trying to piece together his position. They give a false narrative of being free to play being relevant or possible when it's really just a fairy tale, and you have to spend to play these games. When Tectone and the other large content creator who's also free to play, Mtashed, advocate for not spending money because you don't need to get through these games, and showing you how to do it and how they have done it, and you can watch their stream and videos to see how they get through these games without spending any money at all. And then Tectone specifically encouraging people to not spend money and shaming people who spend money. But that's a setup. That's a setup to trick people into actually spending money. What?
That is a millennial term or a fucking generation something term I don't understand.
Oh, they're not calling you based. I just want to make that clear. They're not calling you that.
All right. But that's where I'm getting at. So
he thought that they were calling him based and it was a bad thing when they were actually calling Tectone based. Like, let me go check my barbecue real quick, bro. I hope I am not like this guy when I'm 42. This guy is 42 as fuck. He's He's 42 as fuck. It's ridiculous. Like it bro's mind is closed tight. His mind is closed tight. There's like that much getting through to his mind. You gotta open that mind up. You gotta open it up. You gotta open it wide so you can get all that information in there and understand things and learn new things. That's what you gotta do. You gotta try to look at things from other people's perspectives and understand actual things and ask questions and really get some solid answers. You had the chance to literally come on a Tectone stream, talk to Tectone directly, ask him questions about what you think he's doing is wrong or tell him what you think he's doing is wrong. And then you dance around all these weird points that contradict each other and then still contradict yourself live on the call and think that you're right. And then say you take the stance and you're going to hold your position on something that makes no sense at all. Like it does. It's crazy. It's crazy.
As far as I'm concerned,
like there are people out here.
Want me to make content? I'm humanizing, unfortunately, more now than ever. You, to me, so I'll have a harder time making content now that I've actually talked to you in person.
Now that I've talked to you in person and I understand that you're actually not ridiculously crazy, I'm gonna have a hard time making content saying that you're ridiculous and crazy. Because before I thought you were actually ridiculous and crazy, but then I actually talked to you and I realized that you're not. So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make content about you, about lying about you anymore. I don't know if I'll be able to lie on you anymore because I actually talked to you.
And I know your past. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be upfront with you. Probably my last video regarding you specifically.
So I'm also curious about, do you think I'm working with the company and they're rigging my rates to make it seem more enticing?
Yeah, so I mentioned that. Oh, this is a very good point. I can speak to this. Yeah,
sure.
I did when I reacted to your last video and you reacted to my video. I do think that your companies, the ones that you are, you agreed upon, like OTK, Mushroom. I forgive me if I'm not Mythic Talent.
It's all good.
I think they may take some kind of funding. Like, I'm not sure. Listen, I'm not here for you to divulge. And
I want you to ask me anything. I will answer you any question you want.
I know you will. I get that. I sense that you might, but that's not the point, right? But I think that they
No, that's the point. Ask questions. Ask questions to find out the answers. You have all these assumptions in your brain that you're just. I'm just gonna assume that what you're doing with OTK and what you're doing with Mad Mushroom, dude, like you don't even know what OTK and Mad Mushroom are apparently. Like, have you even looked them up? Do you even know what they do? Do you know that it's a group of content creators? Do you understand that? Like, oh my god, oh my god. You need to ask questions to find out the answers that you're looking for so that you can clear up any misinformation that you have made up in your head.
Funding from those people as well. Like, you do acknowledge that content creators are probably more attractive to these investors than celebrities right now. Do you realize that?
Why not? Why wouldn't they be? So, like, why wouldn't they be? So if you're getting funding, if you're getting funding from a company to play a game, that means you're sponsored. That means you have to disclose that you're sponsored by people to make these videos. But if you're not being paid by them to make the videos, then you just play the game. But if you like the game, you'll play the game anyway. Like, regardless of if you like a game, regardless of whether somebody sponsors you or not, you're going to probably play the game. Regardless of whether Azeron is going to pay me or not, I'm still going to use the Azeron because I like it. Like, that's how it works. I don't get sponsored by Azeron. I'm a partner now with Azeron, right? I don't know if I said this before, but like I said, some of this stuff might get jumbled up and I might repeat some things because a very large part of the section of my video was gone. But I don't get sponsored by Azeron. I'm a partner with Azeron. So when you use my code, I get a small kickback commission from everybody that uses the code. And the code has been doing very well. which I'm very, very surprised. And I thank you guys, whoever's out there using my code and buying an Azeron. It's cool because I don't want to make this about me for too long, but like I made videos, but I am truthful about the things that I have like issues with the Azeron, right? So like when I talk about the Azeron, all of my content is not like over enthusiastic content talking about, oh man, the Azeron is it's the next generation of controller for PC gamers. And if you get it, it'll change your gameplay for the rest of your life. Like that's not my content. Like I talk about the Azeron and I answer people's questions about the Azeron. But like if I have issues with the Azeron, I talk about them. And I talk about them in there's been 2 or 3 videos, pretty long videos. One me debunking like a lot of stuff that like Linus Tech Tips was saying about his experience with the Azeron, right? And then another video that I put up about the truth about Azeron, which is all the issues and stuff that I ran into over the year of me playing with it. But like it doesn't really bother me, but these are some issues that people might have in case this may be a deal breaker for you. And people still bought an Azeron after watching the entire video of me talking about issues that I had with the Azeron. Do you like, because people are truthful and transparent about stuff doesn't mean that they're trying to dupe you or trick you into doing anything. And I don't know, maybe if you're watching the wrong type of content creators and you're watching people that literally try to dupe and lie to you, you need to unsubscribe from those people, hit not interested, and never go back to their channels again. But that's not the vibe I get from Tectone. It's not the vibe I get from pretty much anyone I watch. If I get that type of vibe from anybody I watch, it's usually within like first video. If they're like hard glazing a game, then I really don't want to watch their content. If they're sponsored and they're just like, oh man, this game is the greatest, this game is the best. Oh, like I usually don't want to watch those people because it's like, all right, well when the sponsor's over, are they still playing the game? Oh no? Oh, okay. Now, people that disclose this, right? And they're playing the game, there's a difference. Because if they're fully disclosing it, they're like, yeah, I mean, you have to fully disclose you're playing the game. So I don't even know, it ain't that deep. I just don't like overly hype content creators and that overly glaze the thing that they're talking about, right? Overly do it, where it's like you're doing it not for content, you're not doing it because you like it, you're doing it because it's good for the marketing. Because it's like, I don't want to watch marketing. I want to watch somebody enjoying the game. Now, maybe some people do enjoy the game so much that they are just like overly glazing the game and they never say anything negative about the game ever. And then they criticize other games for the same thing, the same problem that their game has. And like Tectone talks about this all the time. It's okay when they do it, but it's not okay when he do it. And I've experienced this with like PlayStation and Xbox, where I'm not even a console fanboy. I don't even do that whole thing. But like I be trying to like make this other person that I know realize that he is an Xbox fanboy and he doesn't get it. He will literally argue things that are issues with PlayStation that Xbox also has an issue, and he thinks that Xbox can do no wrong. My wife even used to work for PlayStation. So like I would have even more of a reason to glaze PlayStation. And I have a PS5, but I barely ever play it. The only reason I'm ever going to be playing my PS5 in the near future is when I decide to actually go sit in the living room and play Spider-Man 2. And the only reason why I didn't play it yet is because I just recently got a couch in my apartment since we moved here. And I wasn't going to play it sitting on the floor because I wouldn't be comfortable playing the game. And I really like Spider-Man games. Like, if there's something that I can play on it, or I have to play on it because my friend is playing something on PS5 and I want to play with them and it's not cross-play, then yeah, I'll play on it. But, like, regardless of that, do you understand what I'm saying? It's like, you're trying to say that Tectone is not being transparent or truthful about what he's doing. And the way to make him honest is by telling him to spend the 99 cents on the game to get the bonus. How does what? I don't get it.
Sure, give me your logic for that. Let's hear it.
Well, they are able to now do what celebrities did in the past, which was essentially come into your home, act like this friend, and then they can sell products that way. So, you know, obviously you're just one specific person in the Gacha game. There's other people in other different genres. There's people on social media, all specific. And in the past, which was essentially come into your home, now do what celebrities did in the past, which was essentially come into your home, act like this friend, and then they can sell products that way. So, you know, obviously you're just one specific person in the Gacha game. There's other people in other different genres. There's people on social media, all considered technically content creators, although you could social media influencers, all those people kind of all incorporated the same thing. They have so much brand power to sell products that would not normally be sold. And they're doing it effectively. So therefore, investors, even if they can't sell, even if they go fucking bankrupt, just the greedy capability or the chance of them making a bunch of money through these people will invest a lot into companies or people. And because of that, you may not see it legally, and you may not even be able to acknowledge it.
I can acknowledge anything. I can acknowledge anything.
The companies that you now sign for, that you work for,
which are who?
Mythic Talent,
Mythic,
OTK,
Mad Mushroom, OTK.
Right. They may have investors that are associated with Gacha or Kuro Games.
Oh, they don't. They're not associated with Kuro Games at all.
Okay, fair.
So I don't think he knows that Tectone is a main part of OT, like a main motherfucker in OTK, and like I don't know about how deep in Mad Mushroom and Mythic Talent he is, but like it's like Tectone, Asmongold, and like Tips Out and Nick and like a bunch of other people that are all like in like Extra Emily and like all these in Emmy and like all these people that are part of OTK. I don't think you understand what OTK is. Like, I don't know if you know. Like, Tectone is a main part of that. It's not like he's some like goonie that like was hired by OTK and like he's just some like small part of OTK where it's like, yeah, man, you know, they hired me. They thought I was a pretty good fit. And like, he's like a main part of OTK, bro. Like, what? I don't know that to be true, but if you say that, then I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why I would lie about that.
I can't speak to your truthfulness or anything. Like, we don't know each other that well. We've been speaking for 20 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever it is.
So if you don't know Tectone like that, how can you think you know everything about what's going on? And then he literally is telling you what's going on. You ask him to be transparent. He's telling you what's going on stream, on record, saying these things where it's like, if he's lying about it and somebody finds out that he's lying about it, they're going to make tons of videos about how Tectone lied to the small content creator to hide the fact that OTK and Mad Mushroom were in cahoots with Kuro Games to make his rates higher for Yin Lin in her banner and for her weapon, so that he would be guaranteed to get it on stream while streaming on a sponsored stream. Like, do you understand how like you said, dude? That doesn't make no sense, bro. What are you even saying? Like, what are you even saying, dude?
So I can only take this as just a cursory conversation, and I as long as your chat's engaged, we can continue to talk. But I don't want to continue any longer, just because I don't want to bore your chat.
No, my chat's having a blast. They're good. They're chilling.
Okay, all right.
I don't want to bore your chat. No, I don't. I'm sorry. I don't want to go on any longer. I don't want to make myself look any more like an idiot than I already do. But I don't want to accept the fact that I'm actually making myself look like an idiot. So I'm going to try to bow out of this as easily as I can without trying to look like an idiot. And like, so I mean, I don't want to go on any longer. I don't want to get in your way. I know you got scams to run with Kuro Games to get people to buy the game. So I don't want to interrupt your stream. I want you to, get your money, bro, so you can put that money right back into it and get the 99-cent bundle. Like, bro, stop.
Right. But as far as I'm concerned, I've had a really good time. This has been a really engaging back and forth, in my opinion. I know you can be like an edgy streamer and content creator, and I could probably, continue to use, like I obviously used you in a video when you're sleeping on your couch. I thought that was a fun video to make. It just happened out of the blue. And I can continue to make those from now until forever, but I probably won't.
I mean, once again, you can. I enjoy watching them. I've watched every video you've made, man. I think they're awesome.
That. You know what? And I appreciate that acknowledgement. And for what it's worth, I have now been introduced to you. I like your content as well. So even though this may come as a surprise to your chat because I'm insane or whatever else, it is true that people can get along regardless of their differences. Yeah. So, all right, I'll end this video.
But
you now, Tectone. Thanks for letting me to talk on this stream.
Sure, but you don't want to ask me anything else? Because like we can talk about payment for Kuro games. We can talk about anything.
No, I'll let my reactions for my last couple parts of the video stand as.
This guy, bro, he's like, man, nah, man, I want to stay delusional. I want to just stay in the dark. I don't want to know anything. I just want to keep believing what I want to believe, and I don't want you to clear anything up for me because I want to just stay in the dark. Like, what is your goal with content creation, guy? Like you had the floor, bro. You had the floor to clear your name, to clear up any misunderstanding you had about what Tectone does, any misunderstanding you had about how the industry is, any misunderstandings about like what you meant to say, clearing up your logic, because you can't, because that's what you thought your logic, you thought your logic was sound, and it wasn't. And I'm always thinking about like what I say when I say it, and I hope that I don't sound stupid when I'm saying it. But like, this guy has literally no self-awareness at all. Like none. What?
As it is, and then
But why have like theories when you can like get just like irrefutable fact? Because like, here's the thing, man.
Well, I can't. Right, I can't.
You can't. I bet you I know what he's about to say. I can't take it as fact because I don't really know you like that, so I can't tell if you're gonna lie to me and lie to my face. So like, I can't really ask you questions because I can't trust that you'll really give me the truth.
I'm not gonna not release those videos now, and unless I see like financial documents to suggest where you get the funding, I can only take what you say is fact, and I cannot. And I'm a pessimist person. I don't trust anybody really, right? So I guess that you can call me crazy for that.
So you don't trust anybody, so you just assume that everybody is lying. Is that a way to live your life? So like, because you assume that everyone is lying to you, you just flat out put out lies, like literal lies about people. Now I don't know what else he's done besides this Tectone stuff, but you will put out literal lies. You speak in absolutes, like this is what it is. I don't need any more proof. This is all the proof I need right here. This is what he's doing. He's lying. He's not really free to play. He's getting funds. And even if he's getting funding from somewhere to play the game, if he's not putting any money into the game, he's still free to play. Just because you're getting paid by someone to play something doesn't mean that like you're not free to play. The only way that's a thing is if they put a bunch of stuff on your account, which is what you think, I assume, which is what Plazookas thinks, is that the company is making his rates better or giving him the 5 stars as pulls to make it seem like he's free to play when they're really rigging it so that he gets what he needs so that he can market their stuff. That's what he probably thinks, which is crazy. Mr. Tinfoil Hat himself. Like, come on, bro. Like, he's like, please ask me questions so that I can give you all the answers that you seek. And it's like, nah, I'm good. I can tell you all of the answers to life and how to live forever and not grow old and have an enjoyable rest of the eternity and automatically go to the promised land. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'll just stay in the dark. Dude, here, I'll give you $1 million to, I don't know, to ask me questions. Nah, I'm good.
It's schizo or whatever you want to call me. But at the same time, like, I'm not gonna believe it until I see it, and even if I see it, I might not believe it.
I'm not gonna believe it until I see it. But even if I see it, I ain't gonna believe it.
Because I know how this industry works. Like, there's
no, you don't. You clearly don't understand how this industry works.
That people are tax evaded, or that there's people working under the table. Like, there's so many things. I'm gonna make a video.
So I can guess I could say about you, Plazookas, is that you're lying and you're being paid by, like, if the industry works this way and if content creation works this way, you're a content creator. So what you're doing right now, you're probably being paid by somebody you're being paid by Kuro Games to start up this whole narrative with Tectone, and you and Tectone are being paid by the Kuro Games company, right? To start up this drama over Wuthering Waves so that it gets more eyeballs on it, so that more people can see the game, and then they see you guys going back and forth, and they're paying you to do this and play dumb to get this drama going, right? I know what you're doing, Plazookas. I know. I see right through the veil, man. Don't lie, man. You're doing just the thing that you said that these other people are doing out here. You're a smart guy, man.
So are you tracking that I currently exposed Hoyoverse for like bad contracts and like abusing content creators?
That was news to me. When you said you were blacklisted by Hoyoverse, that was news to me. I did not know that. So.
Yeah, so what had happened is that I spent $12,000 on a weapon banner, and I lost a 50-50 12 times in a row, right? And so when that happened, that video footage got sent to Billy, and then they complained about how bullshit Genshin X banners was, and then they changed it to having to lose the 50-50 indefinitely, to where now you can only lose the 50-50 twice. And so they call me Genshin Jesus on Billy because I changed the weapon banner.
I mean, that is...
So, like, I've made a career of exposing companies for bad practices.
And that is good. I think in Gatcha, we do need, obviously, some certainty.
It feels like he's just blowing off the fact that he does good things for the community. Because he thinks that, because he's a pessimist. I think that he's hiding behind the word pessimist to just be like, no, just replace pessimist with dumb. Just dumb and what is the other word that I could use? It's not necessarily dumb. It's just oblivious and ignorant. He prefers to stay oblivious and ignorant to what's going on so that he can believe his own narrative in his head. And no matter what anybody says to him, just like he said, I'm not gonna believe it until I see it. Even if I see it, I probably won't believe it. So nothing can change his mind for the fact that nobody is doing anything evil in the content creation space. Specifically, like Tectone, MTash, free-to-play content creators. Free-to-play content creators are not being evil or manipulative or anything like that. They're playing the game, they enjoy the game, they're making content for the game, and that's it. That can't be. That can't be what's going on. It has to be a conspiracy. It has to be.
The fact that you can pull indefinitely. I've been here since, about 5 to 6 years ago with Gatcha, and I know how bad it used to be. I know how.
So you play Gatcha games. You play Gatcha games, and you played them for 6 years. You played them for 6 years, and you're complaining about you want to go back to nostalgic single player, really hardcore game. Why are you not playing the ones that that make sense for you to play. Like, why are you playing gacha games when you could be playing Sekiro, when you could be playing Dark Souls games, when you could be playing Lies of P and Elden Ring and the new Elden Ring DLC coming out? Why aren't you making content on that stuff? Why are you making content on gacha games when you could be making content on stuff that you actually want to play and actually want to make content on and actually want to cover and actually like? Like, why? Like, I would assume that you would like those games because that's the type of game that you just said that you want to go back to. Games that are single-player hardcore games that you want to go back to. Go back to them. They're still there. You don't have to play Gacha. There's so many other games out there that you could play. You could play Tarkov if you want to play a hardcore PvP game. You can play Tarkov. You can play any of these other PvP games out here because every single one of them is freaking hardcore. The hell with what anybody says. If it's PvP in this day and age, it's hardcore because everybody is always going to try to do the very best things and get the very best stuff and do the very best things that they could possibly do to beat the other players. Everything is hardcore. I don't care what you say about, oh, Fortnite is easy or Fortnite is this, Fortnite Zero builds is for casuals. No, every fucking game is hardcore if it's PvP. Flat out. Because everybody that wants to play the game and wants to beat everybody is going to try to do the very best things so they can beat everybody. That's what they're going to do. So go play those games. There's plenty of other games for you to play and that you don't have to play Gacha. Why have you been playing Gacha for 6 years if you don't like it? What?
I know how it's been better now with just the amount that you can spend without guarantee. So I appreciate that if that is the case.
Yeah, they also call me T-Dog. That's my street name, T-Dog.
But you're still attractive to these companies, regardless of your.
Oh no, I'm not. Yeah, me and Asmon are fun fact. So me and Asmon's a lot less attractive to these companies because the one thing that you don't want to do to these companies is shit talk China, and Asmon has shit talked China, and so Asmon will never be sponsored by another mobile game, pretty much ever again. I myself, huh?
He just did a Honkai not too long.
He played Honkai Star Rail, or he played the gacha games. That doesn't mean that he was sponsored to play them. He spends absurd amounts of money in these gacha games. He played Diablo Immortal for content. He hated Diablo Immortal. He hated it. And he played it, and he spent tons of money in the game for content. Dude, pay attention, bro. Pay attention.
Too long ago, didn't he?
He might have played Honkai Star Rail. But I don't remember the last time he was sponsored for it. It's been a long time.
Okay, that's where we're getting at. Okay.
Yeah, same thing with me. Like, I'm completely blacklisted by HoYoverse. I'm even blacklisted to even talk to the creators and the voice actors of that game because I've exposed too much of their.
Yo, he can't talk to the voice actors and he can't talk to the creators. Just the he can't talk. The creators like, nah, man, I can't talk to you, man. Oyo said they're gonna cut my funding if I talk to you. Yeah, that's who you want to be sponsored by. That's who you want to be sponsored by.
Their bad practices, right? Because like the thing is,
no, don't get me wrong. As a very small content creator, if somebody wants to sponsor me, I will fully disclose it and I will probably take it. But the game has to be good. Like the raid shit. Like, dude, let me tell you how Raid Shadow Legends and how these other sponsors, right, act. So there's the small sponsorships that you can do that you can pick up from like Stream Elements. I think those are full of shit. I think those are full of shit sponsors. They will tell you in those sponsorship things that if you pick up this sponsorship, people of the same following that you have, 99% of them completed all of the goals to get paid. Bullshit. I have 671 followers on Twitch. And now this is just on Twitch. This is not like YouTube stuff. I don't have any YouTube Stream Elements sponsor things that I can pick up. I only have the ones for streams. The ones for videos are different than the ones for streams, I'm sure. But like, for instance, like it's not about like if you pick up a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship from Stream Elements. Now, this is not like the big sponsorships that I'm talking about. These are just what I know about these that suck. But like, if you pick up that sponsorship for Raid Shadow Legends for stream, you have to put all of this stuff up on your stream, and then you have to play the game for 4 hours within 2 days or in 2 days or something like that. And I don't want to play Raid Shadow Legends for 4 hours on stream. I don't want to do it. I'm not interested in the game enough to play it for 4 hours. Like, I don't want to waste 4 hours of my time to then not have anybody come in and download the game and get to the level that they need to get to make them a candidate for giving me a tick mark on the amount of people that I need to download something for me to get a paycheck. You do not get a paycheck for just starting the campaign and running the campaign and get a maybe a check for the time spent doing the 4-hour stream. You don't get anything. The only way you get anything is if somebody signs up for it or enough people sign up for it, which is, it's only usually a couple of people, but even getting a couple of people to sign up for it is hard. It's hard. Even if you have 1,000 people in your stream, it is still hard to get people to sign up for it, especially if they already have an account. They don't count. So of the 1,000 people there, let's say like half of them have an account on Raid Shadow Legends already. They don't help. The same thing happened when a Marvel Snap Stream Elements sponsorship thing popped up, and I was like, oh, bet, I'll do that. I'm already playing Marvel Snap. I already stream Marvel Snap. I was only doing it for a very short period of time while I was in a hotel waiting to find somewhere to live, find an apartment while we were in temporary housing when we moved here. And I was like, yeah, bet, I could do that. And then I realized, oh, I need X amount of people to download and play the game and get to a certain level. All of my friends that watch me play Marvel Snap already play Marvel Snap, so they don't count. They would 100% do it because we like Marvel Snap, but they already have an account. So like they're kind of BS. And I can't see 99% of the people that have 671 followers on Twitch actually hitting that goal. Maybe 99% of the people that accept it get it, but the other people are smart enough to know, I'm not getting that. I can't do that. I'm not going to. And I don't know how other people with 671 followers are completing that task and doing all of the task and getting paid. Because you can complete the task. I did one for Factor before. You can complete the task. That's pretty simple, but it's hard to do. Like, I mean, like, no, excuse me. Completing the tasks are not hard to do. Getting people to sign up and buy the Factor meals is the thing that's hard to do. Especially enough people to do it to get you a check.
I think that you have a good idea of going after people. I just think you're going after the wrong guy. Because everything that you've accused me of, I've essentially exposed other companies and creators for doing, right? But you're going after the one guy who's like saying, hey, why don't we be transparent with our audiences? That's why I've gone free to play. I recommend people not to spend. I tell people how predatory these games are every single stream. So I think you just got a little bit unlucky and you went after the wrong dude.
I don't
How did you get unlucky?
feel that, but I
You don't feel that, bro. You went after the biggest Gatcha streamer on the whole platform.
But I will ask you, who do you think I should go after?
Oh.
Who do you think I should go after? I don't feel that I made a wrong decision in who I went after. Well, who should I go after? Is he really trying to like keep up a character? Is he really trying to keep, like, I'm really finding it very difficult to know if this guy is like playing a character and he's like trying to keep the character going, because if he is, he's pissing me off, and if this character is supposed to piss me off, you're doing a great job, but I don't think that's what he's going for.
Oh, I'm not gonna say. There's tons of people. You can just fucking throw a knife at a wall, it'll stick. There's great ones.
I am gonna make a video on Gotcha Smack next.
I don't recommend that.
Why?
You don't want to fuck with that guy. I'll be real, man.
I do want to fuck with him.
Okay. Well, then I can't wait. But let me
don't.
tell you, man.
He warned my guy. He said, dude, I don't know if you want to fuck with that guy, bro.
Like that guy. Ooh.
You guys recently met, right? Gotcha Smack and
yeah, he's awesome. He's a great dude.
Gentleman.
Great dude. But yeah, him and me are like generally two people you kind of don't want to fuck with too much. Like you're kind of picking like the worst guys to fuck with, to be honest.
I knew from he was doing the other gentleman. I don't remember. He's from Australia. I think.
Vulcan.
Yeah, Vulcan. I actually got introduced to him through AFK Journey when he did the sponsor stream and stuff like that.
Great.
And then he said he met you. That's the only time I really known your name.
Yeah.
And then Gotcha Smack. So
it's also hilarious because these contracts that you think I'm on, I've also actively been telling other creators to not sign these contracts so that way they can be transparent with their audience. Because like there's history of all this on my YouTube. Like I even showed a company's contract saying, hey, these things are predatory as fuck. Don't sign these because you're not going to be able to be transparent with your audience.
Right. Okay, that's fair. You know what, Tectone? Thank you for this video, or thank you for the chat. I really do appreciate you accepting it and taking the challenge. I'll see you around, my friend.
Sure, no problem. Peace, bro. That guy that was fucking wild. Bro went at me for all the, like, saying I haven't done all the things that I actually have done. That was great. And I think midway through that call, he really realized that he fucked up. And I think he realized how insane he sounds, and he was...
I don't think he does. I really don't. I don't think you're giving him too much credit. You're giving him way too much credit. I do not think that he knows that he fucked up. I think that he's really sticking to his guns, and he's like, nah, I'm right. I know this. I know I'm right. I don't think I'm wrong in thinking that you're like duping because you have too much money. You have too much of a large audience. You deal with all these companies, and maybe you might be lying to me about being blacklisted. So I don't know, man. Because like if you're blacklisted by Huyo Games, why would you still play Genshin Impact? Why would you still play Genshin Impact and like have these people still pay for stuff in the game, even though you're telling them not to pay for anything? You're playing the game, so it's going to encourage people to play the game and spend. So you don't even have to spend. You playing the game will encourage people to spend, and that's how you sneakily have people still download the game and then support the game. Even so, I don't think you're blacklisted, or else there will be no reason for you to play Genshin Impact at all. I feel like that's where my guy's head is at. When it comes to this like topic, like this is strange. Like this is like one of the like weirdest things I've ever. And then to be able to ask questions and clear the air and maybe make a new friend who is one of the largest creators in Gacha on the platform. When you make Gacha content, maybe you could get in there, turn things around and, be part of all of it and be like, oh, you know what? I was actually wrong. That's cool. Maybe we can work together on some other things and, take down some other creators that are actually doing the wrong things and doing the incorrect thing. Maybe we can, maybe you could help me take my content creation to the next level. I don't know, bro. Messed up. That you messed up on. That you messed up on. I don't think you actually knew what you messed up for.
Trying to get out of the call. Oh, man. That's okay, boys. We've created the monster. He'll be our pet project. And every single time he goes to stick his nose where it doesn't belong, I'll be there. That's why I'm going to react to more of his videos right now, man. It's great. Dude, that guy's 42. That guy's 42.
He's 42 as fuck. And he makes me mad because, like, I'm 36. Well, 36. I'll be 36 this year. But goddamn, bro, I hope I'm not like that when I'm 42. I still want to be playing video games and making content and doing all this kind of stuff. Period. I want to do this until I succeed at it. And I'm working right now, but like I want to do it until I succeed at it. Like I've spent a lot of time doing this stuff, and it's like, people talk, well, the sunken cost fallacy. You can just quit right now and do something else. But I don't know. I enjoy doing it. So like I'm just gonna keep doing it and see how it goes into the future. And if if it doesn't, it'll just stay a hobby. If I blow up, or if things get good, things get better, because there are a lot of people, man, that comment on my stuff and they're like, dude, man, you're gonna hit 100K, or like, dude, I love your stuff, and that's the stuff that keeps me going. That's the stuff that keeps me wanting to make more content and make more videos and play more games and and do more stuff and continuously do it and upload, because like people out there actually like my stuff, which is mind blowing to me. Like, it's crazy. Like, there are, like, on TikTok, when I first started like doing TikTok and I started getting a viewer base for like, you know, streams and stuff like that, that was crazy, right? Like, and the fact that people really like follow me and they come back to my streams like, yo man, you gonna be playing this game? Like, I was playing last time I was here, you were playing this game, and you know, like, are you ever gonna play that again? And I'm like, yeah, you know, sure, I'll go back to it. People used to ask me, am I gonna come back and play Valorant again, even though I've only ever been Silver 3. Like, people enjoy watching me play, and like, I came back to playing Valorant eventually. I just recently started playing again like a week ago, but yeah, like, and eventually I'll go back to playing Tekken. People came to watch me play Tekken. I want to play when Lydia comes out. She's really cool, and I want to play that character. Right now, I've been playing Wuthering Waves. I've been playing Valorant mainly, and then like, you know, there's other stuff that's gonna come out. Zenless Zone Zero is coming out next month, and I want to play that too. So like, dude. Man, this guy is wild, bro. Like,
But he's so far off his rocker, bro. Like what the fuck? Like, it's like, you know what he's like? He's like Wimp Lo from Kung Pao. It's like, oh, we'll train him as a joke. Like, actually insane, bro. I think he made some sense. Okay, about what? He basically said, since your polls are so good, more people are gonna fall prey to this game. All right, so what should I do to fix that? Because here's the thing. That mentality makes sense. What you're saying makes sense.
what the fact that it makes sense, because it's like, okay, I think I said this earlier. This might have been a part that was cut out, but the fact that his polls are so good, right? It will make people want the stuff even more because they're watching him play and they're like, damn, man, I want it. And then they're playing free to play, and then they spend all their free to play stuff like I did and failed the 50-50. And then you're just like, damn, bro, like, I really want to get it. It looks so cool. And they have to watch it every day because they watch his content and they're like, damn, man, Yinlin looks fire. Man, screw it. I'm just going to spend the money and I'm going to get her. And it's like, it doesn't happen all the time. Like, if I knew, like, now I'm not sure. So, like, let me tell you something. So, after I failed the 50-50 and I got Calcharo again, right? Well, actually, no, I think I used the selector to get Calcharo. And then when I was pulling for Yinlin, I got Calcharo again. Like, so I have a dupe, right? And I'm like, I should be happy because Calcharo is cool, right? But I don't use Calcharo right now. And I was like, well, I have him, so when I get Yinlin, cool, I have Calcharo to go with Yinlin. And then I was like, all right, well, damn, I don't have it. So I bought the battle pass thinking that I was just going to hit 80 pity and get her. But then I forgot that your pity resets when you get a 5-star. So I spent money on the battle pass by accident, technically, because like I wanted to buy it, but I didn't really have a good reason to do so. So I just hadn't bought it yet. So I was like, well, I'll just use the battle pass and maybe it'll just push me up to 80 pity real quick for these 5 pulls, and then I'll just get her. And then I was like, oh shit, I made a mistake. That's not how it works. I reset my pity when I pulled Calcharo. So I was like, damn, they got me. I was like, whatever. I was gonna buy it anyway. But like, if I knew for a fact that because I'm not gonna say I know for a fact, but then in the moment, I was like, if I knew for a fact that if I pulled another 80 for $200, I think it was like 200. I think it's like $200 to pull another 80, right? I think. If my math is off, let me know. But if I had to spend $200 to get Yinlin, I probably wouldn't have done it in the moment, right? But now I'm like, damn, but then that will make me not free to play anymore. And I'm like, that just makes it super easy. And it's like, whatever, you know. And then I was like, damn, it's gonna be other characters that I want to get. And am I gonna do this for every character that I want? No, because I don't have the resources to do that. I mean, I could, but it just wouldn't be responsible. And I spend my money unresponsibly as it is anyway. But like, that would be like extra unresponsible because like I'd be gambling my money on a character, and even though I want the character, and then a new character comes out like Chang Li, I was like, damn, she looks fly. Like, I want that character too. So like, I would have gotten Yinlin, and then I would have wanted Chang Li, and I'd have been like, well, damn, now I gotta grind for Chang Li anyway, right? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's just, you might as well just grind for the characters and then do it for the content, you know, and just play the game for what it is. get through it. It's a long game anyway, right? Like, you don't have to spend the money. Like, I have the battle pass, but the battle pass is not unlimited. It will go away at some point. So, like, I'm not going to have it the next time. Like, maybe. You know, I bought the battle pass because my first reason for buying the battle pass was that because I don't have a lot of time and it'll help me supplement the resources that I need, right? And I was like, maybe I might need that, but is it going to help me that much? I'm not sure. Could I just log on every day? I could just log on every day and just go do the missions and grind the resources that I need that you get in the battle pass, except for like the weapon or whatever, the weapons that are in the battle pass that you can get. But like, are those weapons that good, or do you just want to grind and get the resources to try to pull for the weapons that are actually good, the 4 stars that are actually good? But like, you know what I mean? Like, I could play it by ear. I'll probably buy the battle pass here and there. Most likely, the next time, I'll probably only get the battle pass if I finish the battle pass, right? Like, spending $10 is not crazy. Like, spending $10 is not crazy. Spending $10 is only crazy if you like really don't want to spend, or spending $10 and then lying about spending the $10, which will be difficult to do if you're a content creator because you can see that the battle pass is unlocked. But like, you know what I mean? Like, this is so dumb. Like, this is such a dumb thing to be talking about, bro. Like, this video has gone on for so long. Like, let me just finish the end of this video, bro. Like,
right? However, if I'm telling people to not spend and play free to play, and they see me miss other characters from other games, because if I don't get a character, I just don't get it. It's the same thing with Topaz from Honkai Star Rail. I wanted her so bad, knew I couldn't get her. So I'm attempting to teach people patience and how to skip. That's why my other Honkai Star Rail account, even though I have thousands of dollars I could spend, I refuse to unless a gem god gives me it, right? Because other people just cannot do that. I will never just spend on the game. So it's essentially teaching people to not spend. That's why I'm begged to play. Beg somebody else. Beg your mom, beg your dad, beg your friends, fuck them. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't want any gacha to be shown on stream. Yeah, so here's the thing. This argument can be used for every argument on the platform. So you can either be anti-entertainment or not. Because technically, if you want to break this down, every video game you play is bad for you. And let me explain to you how, right? This is why this take makes no sense, okay? So let's say you have this bar, and this is your life. The dangers of gacha and the spending nature of gacha does not merely exist in the gacha game, okay? Now let me tell you why. Because gacha games are minimal play with a very potential high ceiling of payment, right? So you can pay a lot in these games, but you can barely play them. When you barely play a game, but you can spend a lot on them, that's why this is very popular in China and Japan, this still gives you a lot of time to work to earn that payment. However, for games like MMOs and people who glorify MMOs, what they do is very low payment, right? Very low pay, right? But very high consumption time. And so the more that people glorify these games, the less they have the opportunity to make the money. So it really is a damned if you do, damned if you don't. And so if you agree with that take, then that means that all you do is agree that all entertainment is bad. It's the same thing with TV shows, it's the same thing with movies, it's the same thing with video games. Anything that's taking away your ability to be able to make money or be successful, you want to damn, which essentially you're doing the 90-year-old grandma take, which is video games are the devil. So it doesn't matter however you want to spin it. It's either, do you like video games? Then it's fine. If you don't like entertainment, it's fine. And that's pretty much it. You got to choose your poison, man. Never considered that? I know. All games can be considered poison, but here's the reality, okay? I feel it doesn't matter how much money you make. I don't give a fuck how much time you spent in the real world. The only thing that I want my chat, my community, what the people on Earth should be worried about is how much of their time are they spending doing that thing that they like? How much damage is that thing doing to them? And if it's not too bad, then have fun, enjoy your life. You have one life, spend it doing the things you like, and hopefully they're not causing issues for other people. And that's pretty much it. You can say, well, this isn't the best thing for you to do, but at the end of the day, okay, I understand that I should just be drinking water, but I'm drinking tea. You want to know why? Because it tastes pretty good. If you agree with him, it's because you don't really understand the bigger perspective of the world. I'll be real. That guy essentially had all these things he said I was doing, realized he was wrong about all of them, and then he was like, oh, I want to leave. And I had to keep him there, right? Like a caged animal. And I can't wait to hear how I harassed him later because, you know, big, bald, bully techie. Good news is he's also white and bald, so the internet probably won't give a fuck.
Dude. What a long video. Whoever is here at the end of this video, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. The watch time is crucial to surviving on YouTube. And it wasn't making this video super long because I felt like I needed to make it really long. I just make long-winded videos sometimes because I want to respond to all the stuff that's being said in the video. But like, dude, I hope, like I actually do hope that the guy thought was like, oh, dang, man, I messed up. I need to get out of this call. Like, I hope that's what he thought, because that would imply that he was like, that he knew he was wrong. But he didn't want to admit that he was wrong, and that, damn, man, you know, after talking to you, because like the closest thing that he said was, well, now it's humanizing because I've talked to you, so it's going to be hard to make content about it. And I'm going to stop making content about it because, you know, you said that you had this problem, this addiction or whatever, and I don't want to make fun of your addiction. You're not making fun of his addiction. You're talking about stuff that doesn't make any sense anyway. Like, it's not even about making fun of his addiction or exploiting his addiction. Like, you're not exploiting anything because you're not making any good takes. Like, you don't have any solid stance on anything. Like, if he was like, oh, like I said this earlier, I was like, if he was like, oh, like he said, if you were like, Gatcha is evil, you shouldn't be playing this game anyway. And if you're playing this game, you're part of the problem because it just shows people that you're playing the game and it gets people into it. And then they end up spending money anyway, regardless of whether you're free to play or not. If you wanted to take that stance, while it would be like, it makes sense, right? Like the stance makes sense. So like you would have something to stand on for like attacking Tectone. Like, oh, you're playing this game, you're part of the problem. Being free to play does not stop people from spending on the game. You know that, and I know that. So if you continue to play this game, you're supporting people having a gambling addiction that watch your stream, will sit there and buy the stuff because they know that they're probably not going to get it, and you're getting it, and if they don't have it, they're going to be enticed to buy. And there's so many people in your stream that you don't have to spend any money because you just encourage everybody else to do it by showing off all of the cool stuff that you have. And since they don't have the time to play the game, right? They don't have the time to play the game. They're going to spend the money to catch up with you in the game because they want to be on the same level as you. But you have the time to not spend the money. Other people don't have the time to not spend the money. If that was your whole stance, it would make sense. Now tell me if it doesn't, because I feel like if he was going to make that stance, it makes sense. I don't think that's right. I don't think it's correct. That's what I think that he should have gone after if he was going to do this. Not this whole convoluted thing that you came up with some people spending money is okay and some people not spending any money is not okay, and stupid. But I'm going to end it here because I could rant forever. But like I was watching this stuff earlier and it really made me mad. And I was like, I need to respond to this because this is crazy. This is insane. All right, I'm going to catch y'all later. Peace.